What's up YouTube, this is your boy Game Freak Daniel, aka Big D. Back with working on the Predator 212cc 6.5 horsepower engine. Right now I am working on the frame, getting the wheel off. This is what the tire looks like, and this is what the new one looks like. And I actually went with the same identical tire, like same brand and everything. So this tire originally looked like this. So I don't know how them kids managed to get it real bald like that, but got a new set of tires. I don't have the tools to put the tire and rim on, but I'm gonna get this off for my brother, and my brother's gonna take it at his place because he's got the whole tool to be able to beat it through the rim. So I'm gonna get this ready for him. So as you can see, same brand. Wanda. Which, that's what this tire is, a Wanda. 19x7x8. So yeah. And it is pretty much just nothing but frame at this point. But we're getting this sucker. I'm getting this sucker up and gonna get it running. It's a pretty nice frame too. The engine with the stage 1 kit on it and a new carburetor. So if you guys want to check that video out, I will leave the link in the description so you guys can watch part 2 before you guys watch this one. Alright, so I'm degreasing the sprocket. Put some real strong degrease. And it's coming right off, as you can see. Look at that. Just trying to clean the rim up because I might spray paint it as well. Get rid of that silver looking color. And boom, look at that. That looks really clean. Wow. Some dish soap. All I used was Ajax dish soap and it like cleaned it up real good. But now I'm gonna spray paint it black, make it look good. And boom, looks way better than what it did. Let's see, I missed a spot. There we go. I don't really care if it gets on the tire because it's getting replaced. Fuck yeah. Alright, so while I got the frame back out again, I am gonna redo the frame. Put another coating of spray paint. Alright, so I gave it an extra coating. And I even did, these were blue, but now it's kind of like a bluish black. So yeah.
That tire's stuck on there. Completely stuck on it. You're gonna need one of these bolted to the ground, and this here pops the bead. I'll get my pipe or my thing. It's got the special end. Take your wheel here, put it right on that lip thingy. Bring this up, lock it right on there. Take this, put it right in your wheel there, right? I'm gonna take my pipe, and then it just pops. Yeah, just pops. So now, the wheel is separate, and we gotta flip it over and do that on this side. Take this and then put it right in the rim. Lock it in. Hold on, we gotta get right in the rim. There you go. It's that simple. This is why you need that bead breaker. Got to get the bead back on. Listen, it's a little scary. There's that one. Gotta wait for the other one. Woo! It's loud and scary. And that's how they pop on. Yo, I got it out. Look how blown that bearing was. Any longer, I would have fucked up the whole rim. Bitch is cracked too. Brand new wheel bearing put in. Hopefully that axle fits this, and you'll be sailing. And I'll sell you those bearings $5 for both.
So my brother had an extra wheel that he told me I could buy off him for a cheap price, and it is a Sun F, and it is a bigger, it's like an inch bigger than what the front tire is, but he's changing my front tire for me because he's got like the wheel changing tools and all that to be able to change it and beat it and all that. But I bought this tire off him for like 20 bucks when they're worth like more, and he had extra bearings because the bearings were shot. Them kids had it like completely shot. I mean, where they were busted, and he sold those to me for like $5 for both, so $25, not bad. And then, you know, he's got my front wheel that's coming. He's bringing that tomorrow, and we're set on wheels. It's currently the next day, and we got another package for the bike, and I believe I should be able to have the bike running by today. And right here is the Recoil Starter. So now I got the pull starter ready for it. So right here it is. Got this. Also got mirror clamps as well, so that came in. Because I'm going to be putting mirrors on it as well. But got this pull starter for it and the bolts to put it in. This is pretty much a Honda pull starter, but the Predator is pretty much like a Chinese Honda engine, so this will still mount on it just the same. Just in case you were wondering what GX 160, that's like a Honda engine. Alright, so got the pull starter. Pretty much line all that in there. Alright, so the pull starter is installed on it. I took off the sticker because it just didn't look right. It was upside down and all that, and plus it said a Honda engine on it. So I just took it off. I'll probably put like a skull sticker right here or something. Alright, so other than that, this engine is pretty much ready to start. I just gotta get some gas in it, get some fresh gas, get some fresh oil. So I gotta change the oil in this. It's probably got some nasty oil in this, knowing whatever them kids were running in it. Yeah, so I'm gonna change the oil and change the gas, put fresh gas, and go from there. Alright, so before I put gas or oil in it, I need to reconnect the gas hose, which I had it blocked off with a screw so no gas leak, but gotta put the hose back onto the carburetor. And yeah, alright, so the gas hose is connected to the carburetor. So now let's go ahead and get that fresh oil change. So on the Predators, you can change the oils from the front or the back, and there's also two bolts that you can change it with. You can take that bolt out or the front bolt out. Either way, these two change. They just give you two different options to do it. So I got my oil pan. Oil pan is right there. Alright, so engine's right here. Make sure you have a 10mm socket for the bolts that you're going to be draining the oil. And like I said, you can either do the front or the back. So I'm going to do the back bolt. Well, actually, I'm going to do the front because that might actually be easier because I could just be able to get to it easier. Alright, there we go. So I got it right where I want, right positioned. I'm gonna have to hold this motor down when I do this. Whew. Ow. We're going there tight. Which it should be. Always a good thing. I think I cut myself. Goes. Real black looking. So that's the oil that was in it. And like I said, it's hard to tell how long the oil's been in this engine, so definitely changing it for sure. So now we just wait until that drains. And remember when I said I thought I cut myself? Yep, it got me right there. That hurts. So I'm tilting it so that way it drains better. Alright, so all the oil's changed. So it looks like I'm gonna have to wait before I run this engine because you're supposed to run 10W30 in these engines, and all I have is 10W40, which is for my pit bike. So yeah, I can't run that in this engine. I'm gonna have to wait until I get paid because I don't have money at the moment to get motor oil. So I'm just gonna have to wait until I get paid to get 10W30 for this engine. And then, yeah, go from there. More waiting. Alright, so make sure you get this bolt tightened pretty tight. Make sure you clean off all the dipsticks. That way, you know, it looks clean for when you check out your fresh oil. Alright, just clean out that little area right here. That way it just looks better. Alrighty. Alright, so now I am gonna be able to actually mount this wheel on here. It's not really mounted on there, as you can see. It's just it's kinda just chilling there. I gotta put stuff in there and stuff like that. But my brother hooked me up with a brand new tire for my back, which is a Sun F, and it's like an inch bigger than what the front tire is gonna be. So that was nice of him, and he hooked me up with a deal. Only 20 bucks for this tire, he said. So that's a good deal. And yeah, I'm gonna be mounting that back wheel on, get the back sprocket on it, which is right there. And yeah, I'll probably mount the motor on there as well after the wheel. Here's like a better look of it. Right here is what it looks like. I spray painted the rim black, as you can see there. And that is some mean tread right there. That's gonna have a lot of traction for off-roading. And right there's the size, 20x7. So yeah, I've cleaned up the sprocket as well, so it looks nice and clean. He also gave me a new bearing as well. The original bearing was shot in it, so he put new bearings in it as well, which is awesome. But shout out to my brother, man. Like, he's straight up like a backyard mechanic. Like, if I ever eventually need help with something, he's there to help me, and he knows what he's doing. He knows his stuff. I'm just learning with all this stuff, but, you know, I'm not doing too bad for an amateur. But my brother, he knows this shit. He knows what he's doing, and it's just something he's good at. Alright, so I labeled my baggie, because if not, I would have lost these. Now, for the fun part, putting the bolts into the sprocket. This one's always a bitch to do. Because you gotta put the bolt down, and then you gotta hold it underneath and tighten it. Alright, so I managed to get that in there. It's good enough. So when I go to tighten it, you hold that underneath. Well, you gotta get a wrench under there to tighten it. But yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so they're all tightened down. Honestly, that one wasn't as bad as what I thought it was. When I had the motorized bicycle and I had to install the sprocket on that one was more of a pain in the ass, I guess because of how small it was. This one wasn't too bad. Alright, so now we just installed the wheel back on the frame the proper way. So after fighting with it by myself, this is what it's looking like. Now, thankfully, with this frame, as big as this tire is, it rubs right here. But, thank God with this frame, I can adjust where I want my tire. So we just adjust it all the way back, and now it ain't touching. So thank God for the frame having adjustable tire where I can adjust where I want it to be. I forgot one more thing, that's supposed to go right there as well. There we go, it's installed. Both sides are installed, so that way keeps the wheel from moving side to side. And just tighten this down. Tighten all four of them. And there we are. The engine is mounted on there. It ain't going nowhere. So now the engine's mounted on the frame, back tires on, everything's pretty much ready. So now I'm just pretty much, whenever my brother gets the chance, he's just gotta do my front wheel on, put it on the rim, and then I just gotta put the front wheel on, and I gotta get fresh motor oil, and we're pretty much ready to go, and fresh gas. This sucker is pretty much ready to run. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one when I put the front tire, fresh oil change, and gas, and we'll hear this sucker finally run. Peace out, everyone. Tighten down the handlebar because it was a little loose. Just make sure everything's nice and tightened. You want to make sure.